1, 2, 3.
Okay guys, so here we are. My name is Steve Garrett, also known as Kamazar on various Versus System forums, and we're back with episode 5 of the Watchtower. I don't believe I'm actually here. This is really impressive. I've managed to keep this up. We missed 1 week because of technical issues, but we're still going. I'm enjoying doing it, and you guys sound like you're enjoying it as well. So thank you very much for the good feedback I continue to receive. It seems that I'm not the only one doing it now. As we mentioned last week, there's a couple of other guys putting their faces up on YouTube with Cool Tom and Aces Wolf. And also Doug Tice. Now, if you've not seen this already, you need to pop along to versussystem.com. and sorry, not versussystem.com, versusrealms.com, and in the general discussion section there's a thread with Doug Tice on UDE Games, and basically he's been interviewed for a magic sort of show that goes out on YouTube, and he's given his opinions on the state of Upperdeck Games. Basically he's saying it's all dead. Now, Doug Tice, in case people out there don't know who he is, he's a pro that's been around for a long time. I'm pulling these out of my head at the minute, so I may be wrong, but am I right in thinking did he win 3 10Ks? I think they're all sort of sealed pack. I may be mistaken there. I'm not too sure, but he's a well-respected pro. He's been around for a long time now, and he's not. I mean, I've never met the guy, so I don't know personally, but he's certainly not one of those guys, that comes across as an arse. He comes across as a nice guy, decent guy who thinks things through before he speaks and just doesn't hate on everything. But basically, he's come out and said that UDE have killed the game, just outright killed it. And because of that he's now playing Magic. Now there's a great big discussion on versusrealms.com, and you really should go and check it out, and because there's a lot of decent debate going on there as well. And it seems to be boiling down to, as these things inevitably do, a lot of one camp hating on pros and the other camp saying, basically agreeing with Doug, the game is dead, there's nothing left anymore, blah 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 blah. Right, now I fall somewhere in the middle. I'm not going to hate on the pros, because it's just not cool. I'll hate on individuals if I think they're acting like cocks and selfish. No, maybe not selfish. Selfish probably isn't the right word, but sulky little bitches. There's more than a fair share of those out there who have had a source of income removed from them, and so now they're bitching and whining about it. So, but Doug Tice has never struck me as one of those types. So but and it's wrong to pigeonhole all pros in the same vein. There's a whole big argument and debate going on. You really should go and check it out and give your thoughts on the thread. Personally, I think the game is not dead. The game has been repackaged and marketed toward a different consumer group, just slightly different, but different all the same. I think it was necessary. I think if it didn't happen, the game would have truly died. Is the game dead to these pros? Yes, it is. But it doesn't mean the game is dead. They're entitled to do what they want to do. They're entitled to, play for whatever reasons they want to play. I'm sure that 90% of them really enjoyed the game and really enjoyed playing the game. And there's arguments flying around saying how pros never contributed any money, blah 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 with this, they just buy the singles and blah 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 that. And I think that's rubbish as well, because any decent pro worth his salt who was going to a pro circuit would draft like no one's business. They would buy box upon box upon box to draft with and nail the format for draft. Constructed is relatively easy in comparison. I think you can you get a feel for what the meta's going to be, and you build a deck that can survive in the meta or can take down the big dog. So that's not so much of a problem, but understanding the nuances of drafting a new set for day 2, that can be tricky. So they spend a lot of money, or spent a lot of money, working on that if they were serious. And there's a lot of guys out there saying, pro this, pro that. They're not pros. They're regulars on the pro circuit, maybe, but that's not a pro in my eyes. The pros are the guys like Michael Jacob, Viddy, Doug Tice, the guys that this is what they do and this is how they make a lot of money. Guys who go to every pro circuit are not pros, in my opinion. That's just me. I could have gone to every single money tournament there ever was, and I still wouldn't ever consider myself to be a pro. But anyway, that's been a sort of real high point, if you like, in discussion. It's nice to actually have some decent discussion on the forums rather than just random, chat and the weekly, stew bashing. And so it's nice. You should go along and check that out. Now I just want to go over the latest edition of Last Man Standing, which is a little mini-series of articles I've been running on my One Step Beyond column on versussystem.com. Today, Tuesday the 9th, is it the 9th or is it the 10th? I don't know, whatever the date is. My article's gone out with Magneto versus the Fantastic Four. If you don't want to know the result, if you've not read the article and you want to go away and read it first, then pause now. Okay? Are you pausing? No? Okay, then you want to know. Well, Magneto won through in the end. Now, I've gotten a fair bit of flack over some of the decks that I built for this little mini-series, and I think some of it is deserved, some of it is maybe a little harsh. My Punisher deck sucks, seriously. Now what I want you to remember is that these decks were built just after Legends was released, just as we got the spoiler list. Okay, what I did is I got the spoiler list, I got my hands on a few packs and proxied up a load of stuff. This was before the Legends format restrictions were announced, so I didn't know the exact legalities for building a Legend. So like the Punisher deck, for example, is Golden Age, and it was built fairly quickly, if I'm honest. And they were all built at the same time. Then all the decks were basically all the Legends written down on a piece of paper. My mate Rich and I drew them out of a hat to see who would match up against who. Yes, I think the Punisher deck is rubbish compared to how it could be. But again, I built that sort of just off the cuff. There's no testing or anything that went into it. When you're building 8 decks for an article series and you've got to play all those matches, you don't have time to tweak, test and work out the nuances of the deck. So I put a list down, printed off the cards that I needed to print off, sleeved up the ones that I had, and we played. The Punisher deck sucks. The Doom deck was rubbish as well. The rest of the decks I think are okay.